The one answer that's getting a lot of attention, and it was the one that caught my attention the most too, was on fracking.
Yes.
And it was like, I realized he reversed himself, clear 180 on fracking. Okay, on any other given day, that would be what we talk about. My God, he reversed himself. It was a clear 180 and he lied and he got caught. No, that's not why it's relevant. He was a robot who got stuck on repeat and he couldn't rejigger the system. And it was truly one of those like, you got this. You could do it. You could, and then you're just like, oh my God, get out of bounds for the love of God. Just as a human. Here it is, Fetterman on fracking.
As rule,
Mr. Fetterman, 15
I
seconds.
absolutely support fracking.
But you have made two conflicting statements regarding fracking. In a 2018 interview, you said, quote, "I don't support fracking at all. I never have."
I've always supported fracking. And I always believe that independence with our energy is critical, and we can't be held, ransom to somebody like Russia. But I support how critical it is that we produce our own energy and create energy independence.
I must correct the record.
Just a second, Mr. Oz. I do want to clarify something. You're saying tonight that you support fracking, that you've always supported fracking, but there is that 2018 interview that you said, quote, "I don't support fracking at all." So how do you square the two?
I do support fracking, and
Oh God.
I support fracking, and I do support fracking.
He fracked that sentence into 5 or 6 pieces.
Talk about fracking that one out.
So much in there. How about even we can't be held ransom to Russia? We already have a leader who can't get the words straight in talking about things that matter. Held ransom to? Okay. And then he goes on. He won't acknowledge the flip. So even on a substantive basis, he's incapable of defending the earlier position. I mean, any politician would have an answer ready for that. His team prepared him. It was in writing, right? The clear 180. But again, separate and apart from that, he was stuck and he couldn't get out. How do people think he's going to represent Pennsylvania in the U.S. Senate under these conditions?
There's just no way he can. And he can't advocate for constituents. I mean, his press secretary last night, I don't know if you guys caught this, he was complaining about the questions, complaining about the closed captioning. Obviously, this is a statement that Fetterman made in the past, but it was surfaced 2 weeks ago by CNN. Right. It's not like it was pushed by, the right or something. This was surfaced by mainstream news because it's a legitimate question that he presumably would have an answer to, because this is a gigantic business in the state of Pennsylvania.
It's one of the things that actually the voters were deprived of last night, as big a spectacle as it is. And I think, obviously there's a very clear choice for most people just based on what we saw. But you want an answer to that, right? When somebody says, I've never supported fracking, and then I've always supported fracking, that's incompatible, right? I stand, I don't, I frack. That's not an answer to that question. There's two polar opposites. You've got to figure out how to take us on the journey that led you to this spot. He doesn't begin to do that. He did the same when he was when they were talking about the offense with the African American, where he pulled a gun and put the gun to the guy's chest. He had no answer, right? He couldn't explain. It was like fumble, community, protect, fumble, And I'm like,
we have that actually.
You need an answer for that.
If you're like me, you're getting a little scared, a little bit more concerned about the future. The market's all over the place. The inflation levels are at their highest in 40 years. Interest rates are skyrocketing. Market experts are using terms like recession, economic hurricane, even unprecedented. If you want to protect your future, call a precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They can show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. All it takes to get started is a super short phone call, and they will have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or inside your IRA or 401k. And they keep it simple. They are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and thousands of satisfied clients. And as an exclusive offer for my fans, if you call them right now, they will give you up to $1,500 of free silver and a free safe on qualifying orders too. Don't wait, call them now. Call 866-518-2955. That's 866-518-2955 or text Megyn, Megyn, to 65532. Again, that's 866-518-2955 or text Megyn to 65532. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.